Oh, it's recording. So you're recording too, huh?
Let me record.
Yeah, it's already.
Is this recording?
No, it's recording.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Look at see how it's showing that it's recording for both of us,
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
and I'm on mute and I can hear myself. So yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So let them all in.
Let him in.
Oh, how you doing? I'm trying to figure out how to. There we go.
Hello?
If you
Hello?
if you can hear me and see me, say hey.
Hey,
Hey.
All right.
hey.
If you can hear me well and see me, say I love Neo Noir.
I
I
love
love
you.
Neon
All
Noir.
right. Beautiful. All right. All right. We're going to get started in a few minutes, people. Oh, they're coming in like wildfires here. Let's see. All right. Look at all these handsome people. You ain't got no women in this. Let me see. Let's gotta have a couple of women. You know, anybody. Take a trans woman. Anybody. Let's get somebody in there. Let's see. Okay. Is this it? We got everybody. Yeah, let him in. Let Tudor in. I think he's from the Roman Empire or something like that. Get him in there. All right. All right. Beautiful. Yes. 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 Yes.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Look at all those great backgrounds. These people are
Yeah,
ready
look at
for some.
that. Oh, I love that.
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, should I wear it?
Ah.
I'm like, yeah, that's
Oh
what I
man, this
needed. Thank
it's
you.
it's either now or never, buddy. So we got to do it. Let's see. All right, all right. You know what? We're going to get started. Hey, welcome to the LA Neo Noir Novel Film and Script Festival interview session. Have a good time.
Awesome.
Hey, everybody, give me some cheers out there. Let me know you're
Yeah.
alive. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. This great event, this interview is brought to you today by the Haunt Ghost Tours. The Haunt Ghost Tours. It's
Damn.
blurry because it's a ghost. Haunt Ghost Tours, ladies and gentlemen, for when you just need to scare a bitch. There you go. Haunt Ghost Tours, ladies and gentlemen. We also want to enjoy a delicious mellow watermelon and ginger drink. Mellow watermelon and ginger has been gracious enough to grant at least the host something to drink. So
Well,
at
look at
least your host won't be parched. You got to love that. That's delicious.
that. All
Hey,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started. Oh, wow. Thank you, man. Keep that lady with us because we only have one lady so far in the whole interview. So, yes, how are you, ma'am? Yes, yes. Stick around. Stick around. It adds ambience to this. You don't want a bunch of guys talking to each other. Nobody wants to see that. But anyway, we're here at the LA Neo Noir Novel Film and Script Festival interview session where we have the best minds in LA Neo Noir independent creation and writing all gathered in one spot. This is like the super friends of neo noir, so to speak. So we got a lot of people here today. We've already introduced our sponsors. We want to thank once again the Haunt Ghost Tours for pumping us up and helping to promote this situation. And we want to thank Mela Watermelon and Ginger for providing us with nice drinks. If you got to drink something, drink some melon. You'll
All
find
right.
out about that later. Now, let me say it's okay to record me. Why not? I'll say that there. Uh, I'm going to go to each person and get your name, your capacity, and are you the director, producer, what have you? And you're going to give me a brief summary of your project. Now, how does this work? Please give us an example, Carrie, of how that would work. I'll tell you. It's simple. My name is Carrie. I'm the director of the LA Neo Noir Novel Film and Script Festival. I'm also an uncredited producer on numerous films that you see in the movies and on TV. Why am I uncredited? Because credit can't pay the bills. Credit can't buy me this lovely fuggler that I got here. Credit can't buy me whatever the hell this thing is over here. Credit can't buy me one of these lovely laboo-boos. It's pretty small, but for
The
what I
boo
paid
boos.
for it, it's worth the money. Credit can't buy me a delicious minion. Ha ha. Credit can't buy me the king of all of these damn things, the one and only Cub Willie. Ladies and
What
gentlemen,
the hell?
Ready?
All right.
It's what it's all about. So now, take it away, Quishy Lee. What are you here for? Take it away. Quishy Lee, tell us
Oh,
about your project and your
uh,
capacity. And did I
you
say
hear
it
me?
right? Yes,
You
I'm
hear
talking
me?
to you.
Okay.
I hear you good.
Okay. So my name is Kishi Lee. Kishi, you can call me Kishi. My project is Tokyo Noir Story. I'm the writer and director of and producer of Tokyo Noir Story. Uh, the story is about a private investigator in Tokyo, and a lady comes to him for help to find her missing husband. So the story starts out that way, and there's a lot of conspiracies involved.
All right,
I don't
Quishy.
want to
Now,
spoil the film.
how do I spell your name? How do I pronounce your name so I don't keep
Kishi,
saying
you can call me Kishi.
Kishi? Good, good. I don't
Kishi.
want to take it too far and take it in the wrong direction here. Kishi, you're Asian. Yes, you're Asian.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, all right, all right. Beautiful,
Can't
beautiful.
assume nowadays, you know.
Hey, I don't want to make any judgments on anybody. Being an Asian individual, I'm not, by the way, just in case you are concerned about that. I'm not. Do you feel an obligation? I'm going to throw some monkey wrench questions. That's not the right word. I'm going to throw some questions your way that are kind of edgy. So you got to roll with me, Kishi. Uh, as an Asian, do you have an obligation to put Asian people in your scripts and in your movies? Do you feel that's part of the assignment for you, or do you write movies disregarding whether people are Asian in the film or not? Give me give me your take on your responsibility, if there is a responsibility, to include and respectfully show Asian people in your productions. Take it away, Kishi.
Well, I really don't think about that really that much. I really just focus on the story.
I
Uh,
see.
yeah, whatever the story. If the story takes place in Tokyo, and like my film, this one, it only makes sense to put uh, Japanese actors in there. But if I make a movie somewhere else, I'll just put whatever is, I don't know, whatever feels right, and focus on
Indeed.
the story.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
that was Kishi Lee. He was giving his explanation on what's going on. You'll have to watch this video to see the crazy question I asked him. And we're going to move over now to Kevin Shepard. How are you, Kevin?
I'm very well, thank you.
Kevin, tell us a little bit about your project. Don't go anywhere, Kishi. I'm going to have some more questions for you, but I want to
Okay.
talk to Kevin for a moment. Kevin, tell me about your project and tell me about you yourself. Take it away.
Well, this project is called Criminal. I was the director, writer, producer. I also shot and edited this also. Um, what it's about is about these two young boys who are both part of their respective gangs, and they're friends. And as one of their gangs is plans a heist, they both try to steal the money and run away to try to find a better life for each other.
Mm, mm. Now, the elephant in the room, Kevin.
Yes.
Are you a member? What the? Hold on one second, you guys. Okay. I keep shrinking for some reason. Are you a member of the Black Pea Stone Rangers or the Crips or any type of gang that I would be familiar with?
No.
I see. I see. So what? I'm playing the devil's advocate. Maybe I'm playing the devil himself. We'll see. But what would give you the impetus to tell a gang story and you're not in a gang? How do you make sure that the gangs are authentic? Are the Hell's Angels going to come see you and say this was a bad representation of us? What? Give us some insight on what makes you think you're qualified to tell a gang story.
Well, gangs and gangsters aren't exact. Those two words don't. I feel like those two words kind of coincide with each other because if you look at different kind of gangster films like Goodfellas or Pulp Fiction and you compare them to other films, other gangster films like Straight Outta Compton or Friday, There's still the underlying tone. There's still the underlying mood and tone of like this of the criminal underworld, which is a large theme in the neo noir genre.
Mm.
I just wanted to tell a story and I just wanted to tell a story that has that same tone and takes place in this tone and has that same criminal underworld that the characters reside in and where the events take place.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to go back to that question again. How did you get authentic gang members in your story? Did you just guess it out, or did spend some nights running with some Hell's Angels, shooting up a couple of bars? Or tell me what was behind the research for the quality gangs you have there.
Well, I'm not a gang member myself, and actually, here's a fun fact about me. My great uncle was the founder of the Winter Hill Gang.
Oh,
Wait,
So-
which one?
uh-oh.
His
Hey,
Wow.
less is more, Kevin. We're going to read your story to find out about that. So, in essence, you're saying you drew on a little bit of historical knowledge, or
Yes, I
did
grew on some historical knowledge. I also really like gangster films like Goodfellas,
Mm.
because Mean Streets,
I see, indeed.
Godfather. I drew from those, and although they may not be authentic, some people may not call them authentic. I feel like you don't really need to be authentic to tell a good story.
Mm, mm. Deep, Kevin. If you want to hear more from Kevin, go listen to this interview. Kevin, where can we find you for some good neo noir in the future?
You can find me on LinkedIn. Just type in Kevin Shepard. You'll find my name. You'll find my logo, which is a crescent moon that's glowing red. You can find. I can throw my number in the chat. I'll throw my number and my email in the chat. My email is ninjakev2829@gmail.com. As you can, I like ninjas and I like martial arts movies and I like stuff like that too. So that's why my email is that. So I'm gonna throw that in the chat.
If you didn't like them, Kevin, you wouldn't be human. Okay?
I would not be here.
So we're going to hold on. Kevin, don't go anywhere. We're going to come back to you shortly. But Kishi, I didn't get your information. If somebody likes your good work that you're doing, how can they reach you?
They can email me at marineproductions@gmail.com.
Thanks, Kishi. Now we're going to go over.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Say it again.
Marine means the water. Marine Productions
Beautiful.
at Gmail. In case. Yeah.
Did you get that, staff? Marine means water. Okay. We're going to move now across the waters to the great Tudor Montano.
Oh, right. Hi. My name's Tudor Montiano, but that's okay. I go by Tootie if that's easier.
Wow. Yes.
I'm based in West Hollywood, and I'm here with a screenplay. It's a feature screenplay. I'm the writer of it. And it's called WeHo Story. WeHo Story is a neo-noir set in the city of West Hollywood. Okay. So what happens is when a series of severed body parts randomly appear in West Hollywood, a down on his luck Russian grocery store owner teams up with a gay bicycle patrol guy to uncover a gentrification conspiracy meant to uproot the whole neighborhood, right? So there's these two loners, unlikely partners, and they get on this investigation. And as they do, they get into a brawl with the Russian mob guy. They get manipulated by the corrupt West Hollywood mayor. They get their asses kicked by two ex-military guys who are now real estate developers who have interests in West Hollywood. And they get checkmated by an old lady who's basically a descendant of the Shermans and the Plumbers, like the original landowners of West Hollywood in the 30s and 40s, right? So they're like through this whole ordeal, they get some help from the sheriff deputy and, of course, Ryland, who's kind of like the trans femme fatale figure with a mystery up their sleeve. It's a story that touches on the history of West Hollywood, sheds lights on the different communities, sheds touches on current issues such as real estate developing, rent control policies, and of course, homelessness. I like to think of it as Tangerine meets Chinatown.
Deep. Wow, wow. So we've got gays, trans, Russian, which by the way was my stage name in Vegas, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
You've got all this jumbled up into one thing. Let me ask you about your research, Tudor, what you can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How is this authentic and what gives you the belief that it is authentic? Or do you care if it's authentic at all?
Well, here's the thing. I'm Romanian. I came here in 2008, and I've been living in West Hollywood since 2009. So I've been here a long time. Throughout the various communities, I play soccer with the Russians. I have gay friends because I'm in the if you're in this town and you just run into all kinds of people and being that I work in the industry, I just meet a lot of people of different backgrounds, and uh, a lot of the things, a lot of it is also observations of how the neighborhood has changed, how many of the little businesses have gone away, like since I've been here, like little Russian deli stores, they've been all torn down, replaced. There's like a lot of like high-end condominiums, and a lot of them are a third empty because that's kind of what my script is about. So a lot of it is observations of how the neighborhood has changed. I also know some people. Obviously, I don't get deep enough to make it like, yes, I have a gay person in it and I have a trans person in it, but I'm not the story. And while I get input and research, the story is not about their identity. It's about them as how they fit as characters into this noir thing. So I believe in this because you're like a neo-noir story. You have, and I use narration and I use a lot of imagery, and because of that, because it's heightened reality, right? You get a little bit more leeway than telling a story about someone's identity. So it's not necessarily a story about identity. It's a story about the neighborhood and what unites us all, and it's just so interesting how it's just they don't make sense. Like you have like crazy Russians and gay people living in the same neighborhood. It doesn't make sense, and they do. I mean, it's streets apart. Obviously, a lot of them have left the neighborhood, and there's a thing about that too. But it's just a lot about observations, and I'm trying to keep these people real, even though I'm trying to make them into archetypes a little bit, right? Like my Russian guy, he's kind of an old soul. He smokes, he likes fedoras, reads poetry, all that stuff. He kind of likes it, but doesn't fit with the new world, hates all these lime scooters that go by him, hates them all. So I do employ a lot of that noir stuff, but I try to keep it inspired from a grounded place.
Thanks, Tudor. If we need to reach you for more information, how can we get in touch with you for some more good stories?
Everything I have is I'm on IMDb. My reps are there, but my email is there as well. tuddym@gmail.com. I can put it here as well. I'm on Facebook with this name here as well. Instagram, and that's about it. I'm easy to reach. I'm easy to reach.
All right, Tudor, we're going to come back to you. Don't go anywhere. We got some
No,
more
man.
questions for you.
I love it.
We're going to lighten up the mood, ladies and gentlemen, with a little quiz show I got going. I've had enough of these trans Russian mobsters dealing with me right now. I enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. We're going to come back to that. But right now, we're going to try a little game, ladies and gentlemen. What would neo noir be without a little game of mystery and challenge? Who amongst you, by a sign of hands raised, is a big fan of the great and mighty David Lynch? Raise your hand if you're a David Lynch fan. Any David Lynch fans? Keep that hand up, unless you're halfway like Silvano. He's kind of figuring it out right now. If you're a big David Lynch fan, raise your hand loud and proud. Let's see that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. two-door. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to go with Silvano.
Of course.
Silvano, you got 10. You know what? No, I'm going to come back to you.
All right.
You dodged the bullet. I'm going to go to this guy that's smiling at me and winking his pinky finger at me. The great Emil Rosen, ladies and gentlemen. Emil, you got 10 seconds to give me 5 titles of 5 David Lynch films. The clock starts now.
Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet, Inland Empire, Elephant Man.
Ding, ding, ding. Everybody give Emil Rosen a great round of applause. That took a lot of guts, Emil. I don't know how it did, but I'm sure it did in some way or another. Emil, your prize. Oh my God. Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh man.
This is a hardcore dude. You're going to win. We're going to give you 500 cents in Starbucks coupons, ladies and gentlemen. There's a new restaurant called Starbucks. You'll be able to spend this and, treat your friends and do all of that, get a pizza for everybody. Just
Wow.
slice it up
Thank
real
you so
thin.
much.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, the fun doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to Silvano now. He said he was a fan. Did you say you were one as well, Kevin Shepard? Yes or no?
No, I did not. But I do know of him, and I'm
Yeah.
well aware of what he's
I know. You know of the man, but you're not intimate. Yeah, you as well, Silvano, huh?
Oh,
Okay, Silvano. Let me
know.
give you a challenge. If you can do it, great. If not, you got 10 seconds to give me 4 actors in David Lynch movies.
Oh
Their
God.
names. Clock starts now. 10.
See, that's why I don't answer these things. My brain goes blank. I'm a fan of things, but not like a fanatic. I can't even get.
Okay, we're gonna let you off the
Never
hook,
mind.
Silvano.
Thank you.
8
8 seconds. What was that?
Al McLaughlin.
Okay, he helped you
Come
out.
on. Yep, there he is.
Okay, you got 8 seconds, Emil. The clock starts now.
Naomi Watts, Justin Theroux, Sherilyn Fenn, I think. Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern.
Wow, this guy's on fire here tonight. He lives for this kind of stuff. Okay, you get now. We're going to give you 1,000 cents to a great restaurant we've just opened up here. Gift certificate. You can take that certain someone to this restaurant on this amount. It's a new restaurant. It's a French restaurant by the name of McDonald's. McDonald's, $10, man. Just tell them get whatever they want, So we'll come back to you. Let's get back into this neo-noir, ladies and gentlemen, with the greatest independent minds of neo-noir, both in Los Angeles and around the world. Today, we're talking with a real soul brother. And by that, I mean the great one and only guy, I think he's from Seoul, Korea, Yasuke Matsuyama. Yasuke, tell us about your project and tell us who you are. And let me know if you're from Seoul or did I just pull that out of my ass. Go right ahead.
Hello, my name is Yosuke Matsuyama. First, I'm sorry to everyone. I can't speak English well, so
neither can I, Yasuke. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Go on. Yes.
So, my project is about Black Mirror story. The Black Mirror fought the detective and mayor and policeman. The story is all. So I'm very nervous. I can't speak English. So very nervous.
Don't worry. Hey, Yasuki, let me tell you something. People are still telling me to this day I can't speak English very well. And I've been here all of my life. So it's a number of people, I'm not going to point them out, but they haven't spoken English pretty well on this internet podcast as well. So I'll tell them about it later. But Yasuke, why do you love neo-noir? It's mostly neo-noir in America, but what inspired you to tell a neo-noir story?
I love neo-noir because it is very stylish visuals and character, and I like these characters and stylish action. So sorry, I can't express well. Uh,
Thank
so
you, Yasuke. What you're telling me is your passion for neo-noir is beyond words, basically. So
thank you.
where can we reach you, Yasuke, for some more good beyond words neo-noir like this?
Uh, uh, I'm sorry. Please say again. I'll translation now.
There's that bad English, Yasuke. I don't know how to get it out. How can we, what is your contact information? How can we reach you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Please contact my email address. This is my email address, and
Hey,
I I I send this chat in spells later. So please contact this email address.
beautiful, beautiful. And now we're going to, don't go anywhere, Yasuke. How do you say don't go anywhere in whatever his language is?
Okay, wait. I yeah, I know. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, don't go, stay.
Yeah, I stay
No,
here.
leave. All right. The
I'm
man
very
we're going to now, ladies and gentlemen, this man needs no introduction. We all know him and we all love him. This man is the great, the legendary. What's your name? Samuel Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Samuel Taylor, everybody. Samuel, take it away.
Wow. First of all, thank you for that intro.
Oh
Legendary,
yes.
great. Wow. I think those things about you.
Oh wow.
Um, every time I submit my screenplay to your amazing festival, you gave me my first win in
Oh
2020
wow.
when I was getting discouraged about my writing or talent or abilities not
Mm,
being accepted to many festivals, doing that, accepted into many festivals. And
mm,
I got my first recognition through you, and I'm like, wow, it's like God inspired me to submit it
yes.
to the LA Neo Noir Festival. And reason because that brought my courage back up. I was inspired again. I'm like, okay, there's
Right.
something there. It finally broke through.
Yes.
And then I just submitted my short film
Mm,
based on the story At the Mercy of Faith. And
mm,
again, I'm here talking to you again. I'm here seeing you again. So it's just God's blessing. I try to follow God's lead and God's path, and whomever He inspiring me to reach out to with my projects, I do that. And your name is always the first on the list, and your festival and you. So thank you for your introduction, calling me the legend. But for me, you are the legend, man.
oh, thank you,
Happy
sir.
to talk to you.
Hey, oh my goodness. Thank you, gentlemen. Everybody else want to compliment me. I'll take them all day. But Mr. Samuel Taylor, let's get to this, I'm going to say this gosh darn good script. I was going to say something else, but uh, what, tell us about your story that you submitted for us. Tell us about this story.
Wow. I'm going to try because it's based on some true events. In my story, the Marvin is me, Marvin Taylor. It's a story of a young minister that loved God more than life itself. He was inspired by his grandfather from a young age, and he preached his first sermon at the age of 14. And he just really was into God and preaching God's word, sharing God's message. And one night, the story takes place in East Texas. So he got invited to this white church to preach, which represented the first time a black minister stepped into a white congregation in East Texas in the 80s to preach a sermon. And he went there and he preached, and everybody supported him. There was no racism there. There was nothing there. But walking home, he was confronted with evil, the very definition of evil, these evil forces. And while he was being um, attacked, he called upon the God he had just preached to others that will answer your prayers, that will protect you from your enemies. And God didn't answer.
Mm,
And because of that, he threw his grandfather's Bible away that grandfather gifted to him before he passed along. He threw it away and he walked away from God and religion or anything about it. And he grew up being a very bitter man, but he was a loving father. So the story picks up, he's married, and it tells a story about how God made him understand what he didn't understand, brought him back, and at the
okay.
mercy of fate.
we're gonna hold it right there, Samuel, because I don't want to give them all this good gosh darn story right here on the interview right here. Where can we reach you, Samuel, to get the rest of this story and we can make some business deals? Where can we contact you?
Okay, my email. I'll say it. I'll spell it out loud, and then I'll put it in the chat. SAMUELL 73056 at yahoo.com. And you can see the short film on YouTube at the Mercy of Faith short film.
Let me ask you this, Samuel, since I got you on the line. And by the way, after you answer this question, don't go anywhere. I got a lot more questions for you. Do you feel, I take it that you're in the Christian realm, I'll say that. Do you have a certain faith in Christianity? Is that correct? Am I assuming correctly?
Yes, we're Christian, Church of Christ, Christian faith.
Now, let me ask you, how can you, once again, I play the devil's advocate. I play the devil a lot. I gotta get some help about that. Why do you feel that you have to proselytize or preach in your stories? Does there have to be a message about God in your stories? And how do you feel about this genre where there's so much violence and cussing and all this different type of, there's holes in these neo-noir things. Holes like, not like rakes. I mean, like, it's a lot of bad stuff in these. Are you comfortable in this genre? And do you feel you owe an obligation to God in your stories? Take it away.
Well, let me first say this, and I say this very honestly, not being, cocky or anything. I am not a writer. God put that sermon in me, and I had no choice but to write it. I was going through the trauma and the drama that I wrote about in the screenplay. I was going through that, and the only way that I survived mentally, emotionally, physically was to write. So I remember going into a store, buying yellow notebook, legal notebook pad, just writing down what was in my head, just trying to clear my head. And I noticed that every page I wrote, my spirit calmed. And I wasn't so anxious anymore. I wasn't suicidal. I wasn't so bitter and angry with God and just life. And so I just wrote. And after I finished, I had all of these words written on about 20, 30, 40 note pads. I let someone read it, and they said to me, "Oh my God, wow, you need to take that to Hollywood." And I'm like, "What?" They said, "You need to take that to Hollywood." And so, of course, it wasn't in script format because I didn't know how to write in script format. So I got paid someone to put it in script format. And that's how it, became an effect. So it was God leading me to tell this message, to not to preach it, but just to tell it the way He was inspiring me and guiding my mind and my hand.
And quickly, hold on 1 second, Samuel, because we're going to do a Samuel Taylor biopic at some point. We're going to get into that. But I want to ask you about this messy ass, genre that we're dealing with these people's brains blowing out. I saw a movie called No Country for Old Men recently, and I'm still disturbed. My tummy is hurting from that situation. How are you in this genre with all this violence and all this stuff and feeling comfortable in this genre? Or do you consider yourself a part of this genre?
Wow, that's a tough question. Good question. You know how the brain make a person think and get it out there.
Yes.
And appreciate that. Wow.
Just throw it up like I threw up my guts after seeing No Country for Old Men. But go ahead.
I watched those movies, and I enjoy those movies because it's life. That's real. There's death, there's murder, there's everything, drugs, everything going on. This is real world. So we living in this real world, and we just have to know how to navigate through all of this, and try not to be caught up into it or become a part of the violence and the evil, and to try to stay righteous or spiritual or a good person, not being racist against any ethnicity or person or however they live their life. So it's a struggle to do that. But if your mind is right, the spirit is right, and you understand that this is life, this is real.
Okay.
And when God created the world in the beginning, everything was good until sin came, then the world was not good anymore.
Indeed. Indeed. Thank you so much, Samuel Taylor. Don't go anywhere. We got much more questions for you. But I gotta wipe this smirk off of Emil Rosen's face down here. He's really looking adamant like he wants to do something. Emil, first tell us about your project and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Hi guys. My name's Emil. I'm a student filmmaker from North London. The project I have is called Scartown Side Effects. It was like my year one project. Um, it's a neo-noir mystery thriller about identity and duality and grief and stuff. Um, it's uh, it's about an investigative journalist in the ominous world of Scartown, like near future. Uh, he's offered a profound new medical drug to erase trauma when he's hired to track down the missing patient of a mysterious doctor.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed, Emil. And the main problem I have with you, Emil, is you talk too much. I have to stop you from talking so much to calm down, and you're too excited. Calm down that level of excitement that you have because it's giving me heart palpitations. Let's ask you a question, Emil. After I ask you this question, first of all, how can we reach you for some more of this good material you have here?
Yeah, my email's emilrosen23@gmail.com. I could put it in the chat and stuff. And
No
my
worries.
Instagram's emil.rosen. But I'd love to connect with you guys because LA and Hollywood is definitely a dream. So
Indeed, indeed.
um,
Let me ask you something, Emil. When I think of neo noir, what I don't think of is like tea and crumpets and haggis or what have you. I do
mm,
think of haggis. Haggis is kind of a neo noirish kind of tasting thing. Uh, what makes you feel? Is there a place in neo noir for a good London story? Is that where your story's based? Is it based in the gritty heart of Chicago or the gritty heart of Edinburgh, Scotland? What makes you? Where is it based, and is there a place in this genre for some overseas noir? Take it away,
mm.
Emil.
I think it definitely has a place because London's it's like an urban setting and adds some shady quality definitely for a story. It takes place. The place is called Scartown, but it's definitely set in London, like a near future version of it. But
Indeed.
it was hugely inspired by Chinatown a lot, and
Mm.
Hitchcock, Lynch definitely.
Indeed.
But
Speaking of Chinatown and Hitchcock and all of the other old people that we're going to be talking about today, Emil. If you look on this panel, Emil, you'll see there's a number of gentlemen here who can get a discount at the movie theaters and a discount at Denny's, if you know what I mean. How do you feel that the neo noir genre is for the most part too old, or do you feel you're too young for this genre? Talk to us a little bit about age and its
mm,
and how it works in neo noir. Tell us about it.
I think right now neo noir feels quite timeless because I feel like it was refined, like it was modernly refined after the film noir. I feel like post 50s. And yeah, it's very like a distinct style for all ages, I'd say.
I see. I see. Okay, we're gonna come back to you, Emil. Don't go anywhere. Did you let us know where we can reach you for some good information, some good
Yeah,
stories?
I can put it in the chat for sure.
All right.
I've
All
got a
right.
YouTube as well. So
Okay. What's the name on YouTube? How do we reach you on YouTube?
I think it's just Emil Rosen. I think
All right.
I'll put it in.
Thank you. Don't go nowhere, Emil. We'll be right back to you shortly. Once again, people, go to the hunt for your ghost tours, the hunt ghost tours at huntghosttours.com. They will scare the out of you. Okay, we're going to go to Silvano Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Silvano, take it away.
Hey, Carrie. Well, thank you for that. So my name is Silvano Williams. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I grew up in Houston, lived in Texas most of my life, been back and forth. But so I guess I'm going to use this word loosely, but I'm a screenwriter, right? I'm actually a book writer. I wrote 2 books and published them. They're out there. One of them is called Spoon-Fed Addiction, which I decided then to make my own screenplay on because nobody could get the grasp of what I was looking for. So it's a psychological horror film about trauma as contagion. How one person's nihilism, spreads through contact and destroys someone they never really have anything to do with. It's a representation of how trauma and grief affects those around us. But then this character, Adiran, who's my main character, is a drug dealer, dying in a bathtub at the beginning. He's narrating his story. First, we meet the person that he infected. It's Angela, a girl, much younger than him, who gets affected by him. And really, the story is about the impact of this unfiltered grief, nihilism, apathy hitting somebody who's sheltered and innocent. And it kills her. And that's not a big plot point. It's at the very beginning. I'm showing that the way I start the story is her dying, and then you see why. So it unfolds through their overlapping confessions. So they're both part of the story. And the way the mechanism is, I have her telling her story through the diaries, and I have him, since he's dying in the bathtub, telling his story through shattered mirrors that are on the floor, projecting up his life as it happened that night. So the thing is, he's affected by these things called what I call the shadows, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of shadows, which are a representation, visual grammar of grief and trauma. So they react to him. They hold him down. They do things in the story that affect the things around them, but not directly, all through his point of view. So the whole story is through his point of view. It's got this hazy acid quality to it. He's a drug dealer who took 5 pages into his story. He's taking 3 hits of acid to start the movie. So the whole movie hits that acid, flare of haze and stuff like that. So it's completely violent. I mean, I cannot make it any more violent. And thanks to the people from what is it, Mela?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Right.
You can taste it through the screen, can't you?
You can. You know what? I was parched earlier, and you put that out there. I'm like, I'm refreshed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Mela. Okay, but go back ahead. So let me ask you, Silvano.
Yeah, that was about it. Unless you have whatever questions you have, sure.
I do. I have a plethora of questions for you. How can we reach you, first of all, for some more good acidy, trippy, neo-noir material there?
So I got my own website, silvanowilliams.com. Silvano@silvanowilliams.com will be my email address. If you Google Silvano Williams, I am pretty much the only one in the world, so that's me. So that should be pretty easy to find. And did I tell you the name of the story? Spoon-Fed Addiction?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Spoon-Fed Addiction. Go ahead.
No, well, it deals with, a lot of people think it's just about drugs, and it's not. It's actually the spoon-fed addiction to trauma and violence and grief. How us as an audience crave it. And and the story starts with 2 people dying, yet we go through it to see how they die, because we're rubberneckers when it comes to people's death, right? That's just the human condition. We want to know why are you suffering? Let me enjoy that. So that's the point of the story, is how those shadows also infect the viewer, the audience, as it brings them into that grief of enjoying that grief. And that's what the shadows do. They enjoy the grief.
Don't go anywhere, Silvano. We got a whole bunch more questions for you. Is that a neo-noir term? A whole bunch more, I don't know. Take it however you want to call it. But don't go anywhere. Have I spoken with you, Kevin Shepard, about your project and who you are?
Yes, you have.
I have. You're so memorable. Without memory. Oh, I see the brother. I'm not going to leave him behind. Trust me. He's got that Reese Pieces shirt, and that's what's making me keep my eye on him, because I'm hungry as well. Okay, so DeAndre Edens, ladies and gentlemen, tell us who you are and tell us about your project.
Sure. Again, I'm DeAndre Edens. I'm pretty much the creative force behind the news team, which is my project. And it's pretty much just a neo-noir. Oh, can you hear me?
Speak up a little louder, DeAndre. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, so again, my project's called The News Team. I'm the whole creative force behind it. And it's just a neo-noir action story about a group of mercenaries, and they're pulled into an unlikely alliance to bring down a rogue scientist who's pretty much trying to use chaos, religion, and politics to reshape the world into the way he wants it to be.
Now, DeAndre, don't go anywhere. We got a lot more questions for you. First of all, where can we reach you if we want some good more material like this?
You can reach me in my email. It's deandre.edens@gmail.com. Super easy. I'll put it in the chat
now,
too.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to throw I'm definitely not going to use monkey wrench with you. I'm going to throw a curveball. This is the curveball, DeAndre. You and I both know being Black is not as easy as we make it look. We're aware of that. What do you have an obligation to the Blacks, to Black people in your stories, to put Black people in your stories or to depict them in a certain way? Do you feel some type of inner obligation to your lineage, to when you produce films? Is there anything that goes on in your mind when you write these stories and produce them? Or just pontificate, if you would, on that situation?
I do believe so. You asked that question earlier, and I think it's definitely two things can be true. You can still make a good film, but also if we don't tell our stories right, who are we supposed to tell it? So I definitely think the responsibility falls on, if I want that story to be told properly and truthfully and wholeheartedly, then it's up to me to tell it, because I can't expect the next person who doesn't have our experience to do it.
Indeed, indeed. Hang on, hang tight. We're going to get back to you in a second. Who hasn't spoken about their project? Raise your hand. Wow, I got everybody? That surprises me. My God. Okay, I'm going to play a little game with you guys again. If I had $1 every time I said that. But I'm going to play a game today, and the game is this. I need you to give me your best line from your project, the best quote of line of dialogue, the best monologue or whatever. If you can't remember it, say something to that effect. The best scene, but something very brief, BRIEF. Your favorite line of dialogue from your project and your favorite neo-noir line of all the movies in the neo-noir genre, film noir genre. You're going to get 5 seconds of thought for this to think about it, and then I'm going to come to you. As you do that, listen to the smooth sounds of Carrie's neo-noir beatbox. That's it. That's it. Okay, Kishi, take it away.
All right, I'm muted. Sorry.
Yes.
My film, 真実はカミソリの刃の上で踊らされている. I mean, yeah, it has to. I'm picturing my guy detective as the Japanese Max Payne. So the line translates to the truth dances on a razor's edge. It could be this way, it could be that way. Take one step wrong, and everything will fall apart. So that's
indeed
my line.
And what's your favorite film noir or neo-noir quote that you've ever heard in a movie?
Probably one of the Max Payne ones. I mean, it's a video game, but I played that video game when I was a kid, so that's what brought me to Max Payne. The past is like a gaping hole. The more you look at it, the more it eats you, something like that.
Indeed, indeed.
I guess something like that. Yeah.
I knew a woman named Shirley that had that same situation. We're going to move over here to DeAndre Edens. Give us your favorite quote from your project and your favorite neo-noir quote of all time.
So I can't think of a favorite quote, but my favorite scene is just when he shoots somebody in the head and tells them that he couldn't hear himself thinking of the sound of them crying. So I feel like, to me, that's just so dark and just so real. And yeah, I'm terrible at quotes. So I can't. I'm terrible at it. But I would say if I had to pull one, it would definitely be from like Sin City for sure, because I just love that film.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to move over to Kevin Shepard now. Kevin, take it away.
All right. I'd say my favorite quote from my film would be towards the end where one of the boys said, I may be hunted for the rest of my life, but at least I'll be free.
Mm.
And I also really like Sin City, DeAndre Edens. And I guess my favorite quote would be from the Bruce Willis character would be like, an old man dies, a little girl lives. I love it.
Wow.
Fair change was it? Oh, fair trade. Fair trade. That's right.
Yes. Since you're jumping in there helping them out, Tudor, let's go to you now. What's your favorite quote of your project and your favorite quote in neo-noir history?
My project, a hero can only be recognized by another hero. That's for my script, and I think the ones that comes to mind, and I don't know why, because I don't know if it's even that memorable, but it's from Double Indemnity, when the guy, I mean, it's just a classic noir. They do the crime and everything, and he's like, as I was walking away, I couldn't hear my own footsteps. It was the walk of a dead man.
Wow. Yeah. No man has ever returned along the road he came on. Only the sigh of shadows in the dust, said Theodore Ensslin. I just wanted to repeat that and sound really deep with that stuff. We're going to move over. Indeed.
Get a cigarette while you said.
Indeed. All right. We're going to move over here to Yosuke. Yosuke, what's your favorite neo-noir quote of all time?
I like Raymond Chandler. His best stories film Long Goodbye. I like Long Goodbye. The final scene was Philip Marlowe shoot his friend. The scene was I really like. Marlowe says, "It's me. His cat was gone. It's like that." Say so.
Yes.
I like that scene.
Profound.
I'm sorry, I can't express well.
You know, Yasuki, I'm going to tell you like my grandmama used to tell me. I don't understand what you're saying, but I know what you're talking about. We're going to keep that in mind and move over to the great, the legendary Silvano Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Silvano, give us your take, your favorite neo-noir quote from your project and your favorite neo-noir quote of all time.
All right. So it says, what she knew of me is what I fed her, because watching eyes widen with fascination is easy in the admitting I have nothing real to give. It's my quote. Wow. And man, y'all talk about Blue Velvet. You know what comes to mind when I think of Blue Velvet? You know, the great Dennis Hopper. And I can't say the quote that he says here without cussing, but I mean, if I can cuss, I'll say it. But you know, it says, "Fuck you, you fucking fuck," and you know, let's fuck. I'll fuck anything that moves. You know, that's the one. I love that guy in that movie. That's like one of my favorites, but I couldn't think of his name earlier.
Give us some good words. You don't curse, Samuel. You're not allowed to do that. I want you to give me, give me a great quote. Thank you, by the way, Silvano. Don't go anywhere. Give us your best quote in your project and your best quote you've ever heard in a movie. Take it away.
Okay. When Marvin was nearing the end of his spiritual journey, and he was really just at death's end, he dropped down on his knees, and he looked up into the heaven, and he said, "I pity the million of righteous souls who have been hoodwinked into clinging to you for hope and salvation." So, you know, basically he was insulting God during that journey. And that basically was a true line that I said, you know, because I said the story is based on true moments, and something I did say to the heaven. my favorite quote, probably everybody's favorite quote, but I'll give you a reason why it's my favorite. Say hello to my little friend. I love that so much. Back in the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, they had a shirt. Do you remember that shirt with the character on there and it says, say hello to my little friend? I wore that shirt to my job. I forgot, I put it on and I wore it to my job. And at that time, I worked for the school district. And I got summoned to the office, and I'm like, what they want me? They said, Mr. Taylor, are you aware of this shirt that you have on? I said, well,
oh my God. That's crazy.
I had to go home and take that shirt off. But that was my favorite quote. And so I bought the shirt with that on there, with the big face of Tony Montana and the gun, and say hello to my little friend. And I wore that shirt to my job, and I had to go home and change shirt.
Indeed. Yeah, I wore that shirt to church one time. They told me to get out. So I respect that, man. We're going to move on. I was only talking about communion, though. But we're going to move over here and talk to Emil Rosen. Take it away, Emil. Your favorite quote from your project and your favorite quote of all time, hopefully in the neo-noir genre.
I'd say my favorite quote in my film, a character says, "Do what thou wilt is the whole of the law, shall be the whole of the law. Love under will." And it's like a mantra from this great mystic philosopher. And then from a neo-noir film, I'd say I like the log line, not really a quote, but a log line from Chinatown where it's like, you get tough, you get tender, you get close to each other, you may even get close to the truth. That one's good.
Indeed, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on one second. How much time we got? We got time? We gotta get in. Got 10 minutes? Okay. Got 10 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We got an unspoken lady here. Everybody give a wave to Elizabeth Mendoza. She's our great staff member who's making sure this thing runs right. Contrary to beliefs, I'm not 24 years old. I know you guys think that, but I need a young lady to make sure this thing runs smoothly. Otherwise, you're going to see me with some tin cans over here, and it's not going to look good, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, I'm going to go to each of you because we are not only, vain in our great neo-noir creations, we're also teachers and philosophers. So I'm going to give you all briefly, literally less than 5 minutes to split between all of us, a word of advice for making great neo-noir and a word of advice for living in this world. Powerful, I know. Kishi, the floor is yours. Or you know what? Take 5 seconds. I'm being gracious today. Take 7 seconds to think about what you want to say, because this is important. And the clock starts now.
I think to make a good film noir, you need to follow the journey of investigation, because most film noir is about looking for something, a missing person, the answer to a mystery. So follow that journey of investigation. I think that's what I would say.
And what would you say is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten in your life from a movie or a person or a thing?
Don't do too many takes. Sometimes if it fits, you can just use it.
Indeed. For life as well. That's right. Don't have too many children. I always tell people that. We're going to go over here to DeAndre. DeAndre, your best advice for a person that wants to be in the neo-noir genre or noir genre at all, what would make a good neo-noir movie? And what's the best advice you've heard in life overall? Take it away.
I would say for neo-noir, the best advice I have would just be focus on the characters, start with that, that hero, then work on that villain, and it'll take you the rest of the way. And I think the best advice I've ever gotten was when someone told me that if life gives you lemonade, pour it back in his face and tell it that you ordered a Pepsi. So I think that's, what I pretty much go by.
Indeed. Somebody said make it tequila instead. I got to that. Okay. Let's ask Kevin Shepard. Kevin, you heard what I asked the man. You answer it.
All right. So, some advice I'd like to give, in the words of Alfred Hitchcock himself, terrify the audience as much as possible. So, and you can do those through those elements in film noir, especially with the characters. Really heighten the characters, make them very, very interesting, and then set them in this neo noir setting. I feel like it really fleshes out their characters and it can really help them grow as a character really really up that up to like 11 and up everything else to like 11. Terrify the audience as much as possible. And you can do that without like tons of money and just get creative in the filmmaking process. Try out different things, try new things, get creative, get messy, do all that shit.
Life advice. Kevin, help these people out. We need a lot of help in America today. What can we do to be better people? And I'm going to send this directly to the presidency and the number of people that are banging on my door. It's a homeless gentleman. I don't know what his problem is down here, but I'm going to talk to him too. What advice do you have that you've picked up in life that was helpful to you all these years?
Just try to be nice to people. Try to live together in peace and harmony, all that stuff. Just overall be a good person without just be an overall unbiased, unprejudiced, without judgment. Just be a good person.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's go to Yasuki. I want you to sock it to me as far as what's your favorite line? I asked you that already. What's good advice for neo-noir creators and what's good advice for life? Take it away.
I think the good criminal have a very stylish visuals and cool main character and modern cool evil character. So if one of the people make the film novel, should take care of the character's story. Sorry.
That's okay. And what is your advice for being great like Yasuki Matsuyama? How do we become great people, Yasuke?
I'm not good people. I'm not great people. So I only watching movie and reading books. That's all. I'm that's all people.
I just want to make note of how Yasuki answered that. He said, just off the cuff, I'm not great people. I love that. I'm not great people either. Fuck these people, you know? So let's move on to Silvano. Silvano, tell us your favorite advice for neo-noir greatness and what would make, if you're not a great person, what makes a horrible motherfucker? Give us your advice.
You're making me talk while I'm sitting here laughing. So for neo-noir, I think, to me, I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do with their lives or how to do things, but to me, it was, find the psychological truth of your character, the good and the bad, the ugly, and bring that ugly out. Let it be out. We're all imperfect, and make that the story of how either they overcome or become it. Because not everybody's a hero. At least my characters are not heroes. So I think that to me is important. Find the psychological truth of those characters and let it come out. As messy as it is, show it.
All right.
That's what people want to see. I'm a nerd, so my life, advice it comes from Yoda, and I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, but it's do or do not. There is no try, but apply it to everything, not just in a cheesy way. Like, don't say you're going to do it. Don't try to write it. Don't try to be a good person. Fucking go out, be out there and do it. Like Kevin says, stop being a judgmental douchebag to people. We're all in this world together. We all need to live together. We need to survive. Otherwise the human race is going to go extinct or live in a way that we don't want to live. So,
Amen.
Just do that. Do good. You don't have to go out and feed 1,000 people, but do the things that make you happy, and you'll see that it makes other people around you happy, and that's how you spread it.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Just do what makes you happy.
I mean, as long
Indeed.
as it's making you happy, it's not cutting up people into pieces and put them in a freezer, then,
Oh my God.
do everything else except for that.
Indeed, indeed. That being said, Tudor, you're the right person to go to after this being kind to people and putting them in little pieces. I want to hear from you. What makes a great neo-noir story and what makes a better life? Take it away.
I think one of the things that you want to remember when you write a noir script, and it's not mine, I heard it from somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, it totally makes sense. And then it's the idea that remember that the noir man or woman or person, they have a moral flaw that they are trying to fix while fixing the mystery. Something they messed up, some things they have a moral flaw. They are not heroes in a white hat. That's why they have black fedoras. They are trying to fix a moral flaw in what they're doing. And unless you have that, all you're doing is just writing a procedural. So just remember that. What does solving the mystery, how does that reflect to the noir person, woman, man, whatever person, uh, fixing their moral flaw? So that's
Indeed.
that's one. And
And life advice. Take it away.
life advice. Uh, man, I had so many. Just remember that, we're all artists here, and I think it's pretty hard to separate art from life. But remember that best art and even best of what we do out there comes from mud, comes from pain, comes from clay, comes from really bad times. So all the pain and the shame that you might feel, it's always useful in a way. And we're so lucky to be artists because other people, they don't know what to do, but we can put it in a script, we can put it in something. And even if 5 people see it, you got it out and you left something for the world and you made mud into a sculpture. So just remember that everything that's mud or dark as it is right now, it provides an opportunity for you to do something better with it, to mold it, to filter
Indeed.
it.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, everyone, just remember before beauty comes age or age. Basically, we're going to have Emil Rosen come in here and speak to us for a second. Emil, you heard the questions and you heard the
Yeah.
answers. Let your speech be known. Take it away.
I'd say crafting a distinct style and vision is great, I think. Um, Keeping it like personal is great, and it's like psychological aspects and a sense of like mystery and ambiguous stuff is good. Conflicted characters, that's good
All
for
right.
anyone.
Now, let's keep in
Life
mind
advice.
the last question, Emil. I always tell my lady, I've told her before, you deserve a man of truth and honor who will never lie, never cheat, and never do you wrong in any way. And until that man shows up, I'm your man. With that in mind, what are some lessons for life, Emil, that would make us better people? Take it away, Emil.
Life advice. I'd say find your true purpose or like true will. Look inwards as well, and I think mentally. And I think like everything starts from one idea, really. It can grow to huge things, and we're all one really. So better working together, I think.
Hmm. It reminds me of an insect I saw, a dung beetle. It grabs a little piece of doodle and it takes it and rolls it. And I think it makes a house or something to that effect. We'll get back to that at another time. Samuel, take it away.
We are living in some very dangerous, perilous, unstable times. And so, thinking of that, I want to read quote the angel said to Marvin in the story when he was on his way to commit a heinous crime. She said, sometimes the misfortune of life are so demoralizing, it disturbs your spirit with paranoid thoughts, and you find yourself wandering around in filthy acts. In my years of living, I reached the understanding that no matter how challenging your burdens or menacing the forces fighting against you, you hold on to your righteousness. Because in the end, righteousness will prevail. So for these times that we're living in, let's not be partakers of it, creators of it, agitators, or anything like that. Let us be the righteous voice, the righteous people, so that those people, other people who are creating all this havoc, can see our peace, our love, our harmony and unity, and say, hey, they seem to be okay over there living that life. Everything seems to be harmonious and peaceful. Righteousness will prevail in the end.
Indeed. It's yes, MLK. Happy MLK Day, everybody. That being said, Samuel, we're not gonna let you off the hook that easy. You know how to pontificate about these flowery things and things of that nature. What makes a great neo-noir story? Talk to us about that.
Well, what makes a great neo-noir story is what it has to say, the lessons that it has to teach, that will make you a better person coming out than you were when you went in. And I say this honestly, and just listening to you saying you, I can feel the energy, a force within you that's making me a better person coming out of this meeting than when I went in. And as I said earlier, when I lost hope and lost faith, your festival was the first one that accepted my script, and it won an award, and that brought me back. So again, I came out uplifted and inspired better than what I went in when I submitted to your festival.
That's beautiful, Samuel. Make sure you cut that. We're going to put that in the commercial for with the product there. Thank you, everybody. In the words of the great Raymond Chandler, down these streets a man must go, who is neither tarnished nor afraid. LA Neo Noir Film Festival represents the ladies and gentlemen of our creative industry who are not afraid to walk those streets. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for appearing at the LA Neo Noir Novel Film and Script Festival interviews. My name is Kerry Westbrook. Please support these great producers of great neo noir work here. And we out of here. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Good job, everyone.
Thank
Great
you,
meeting, everyone.
Peace.
Wonderful
Thanks
meeting
so
all
much.
of you.
Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
y'all.
everybody.
Bye.
Right.
Bye. Bye. Bye.